everybody here. You know, it's always an honor to be able to get in front of, I think, people who are ready to soak it up and who want to make a change. It's important when this happens, so I like to take advantage of the opportunity. My name is Mutu Olubala. People know me as M1, one half of the Tell It Like It Is, all political rap. Everything is political rap duo, Dead Prez, and I'm proud to represent that culturally. I'm proud to represent our struggle for liberation of our people through the music. However, in these days of time, I'm forced to be much more than that. You know, just my role as a rapper would totally, I think, diminish the other important activities that we have to be about and involved in. So when you see me around and in concert, most of the time it's not just a concert, it ends up being a tribunal. We go into court. Because realistically, this is how we should cast our vote for our people, at least young people, how we get involved in that way. So when I walk through these halls, you know, on the way here, I feel this despicable taste in my mouth that I come to these buildings which claim to represent the people who live in this country and can do some of the most treacherous and demeaning acts to other human beings. And how do I walk through these halls, end up here with the taste in my mouth that people actually can sit at this podium and say, we, when we're talking about this country. And I know you feel me, some of you feel me when I say this is not. So, I represent more than a rapper. I represent our community. I come from the hood. You know, I represent what people call OGs. I like to take a page from my comrade Fred Hampton and talk about the OVs, the original victims. That's what we are in our community. We the OVs, original victims of terrorism. You know, I represent an organization, not only just Dead Prez, the People's Army, but a structure called the Prisoners of Conscience Committee, which is chaired by Fred Hampton Jr., the son of our leadership out of Chicago, Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., who was murdered in 1969. His son is one of my comrades, and we talk about these OVs all the time. We've even been fighting terrorism right where we stand. We call ourselves crime fighters because we are victims of crime. And so out of the Prisoners of Conscience Committee, we created the African Anti-Terrorism Bill, the AAT bill, because they created these bills. Let's talk about terrorism in our community. You know, one of the most powerful things that Chairman Fred would say is not only got Guantanamo, you know, you got Attica, you got Solidarity. They say there's so many brothers in the city singing for us to bring too many brothers in the city singing for us to bling bling. So at the end of the day, you know, I have to represent that community. I have to say that the most important thing that we do is recognize our interest in this. Because I come here and I see, and I'm glad that we're here and suited up, and the words are you know, so eloquent. But when you break it all down, it's about the interest in our community. It's about principle solidarity in this room. You know, because we all ain't in here for the same reason, and I know it. I know it. But we can work together. We can have principled unity. I am just going to do what they say this goal is. If it doesn't achieve the goals for my people, I'll be a fool to stand here. Where's my interest in this? And you have to see it. You know, we have to have principled solidarity. Amnesty International has to be part of that solidarity. You know, the ACLU has to represent the interests of not only Guantanamo, but Mondo and Poindexter and Sundiata Acoli and Assata Shakur, she can't be here, and all my comrades, brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, who are not only political prisoners, but victims of a war that's been directed at our community under the guise of the war on drugs, that Bush himself and his daddy and the whole regime has heaped on our community and has left nothing but misery and pain in our community, and the drugs are still there, and we locked up. Come on. So, I didn't even come really prepared to really address. I just want to say that there is a point of view, there is an interest here that I represent, and I'm clear on it. I need others to know when you come to the concert, it ain't just a feel-good movement. It's not feel good. I mean, I hope you do feel good, because it does feel good to be liberated. It does feel good to know that we will win, that we will be victorious. It does feel good to know that. But we are about the business of organizing, getting the job done. I be on the front line. That's where we hope to see you. That's what Mystic said. That's where she said she's going to see you, because we ain't going to see you anywhere else but on the front line, in the ground, right where the working class community meets out the interests of the middle class community against the ruling class who's trying to take all of our rights. Come on. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So basically, I'm going to make a move. I want to say, from the POCC, I'm the Minister of Culture. That means that it's my job to touch down with all the artists and make sure that the rights of Aaron Patterson, who once served 17 years on death row and then was brought out of prison by the state of Illinois, to make sure that now, since he's locked back up, that I speak for him. And I tell all the artists what's the most important things to say when you get a microphone. So with that being my job, I just want to say, we're not going to leave one brother or sister behind enemy lines.
That's right.
Wow!